What's up, Outsiders? Jim Casey here. We are in the Outsider Test Kitchen today, and as you can see, we are surrounded by cast iron. If there's one thing that we love at Outsider, it's cast iron. And if you've seen any of the cowboy cooking episodes that we've done, I'm always cooking on it. So I thought today we'd put a couple of cast iron giants against each other. A Lodge 12-inch skillet versus a Smithey Ironware 12-inch skillet. Put them through the ringer and see what happens. Before we get these skillets on the stovetop to see how they perform, let's talk about some of the similarities and some of the differences between the two skillets. First off, similarities. Both skillets are about 12 inches wide. Both feature assist handles and double pour spouts. And both of them are about 18 inches from handle to handle. Both skillets are about 2 inches deep. The Lodge is exactly 2, while the Smithey is 2 1/4 inches deep. And if you're frying chicken, sauteing vegetables, blackening fish, 2 inches is a good depth. Both come pre-seasoned. The Lodge has been pre-seasoned with vegetable oil, while the Smithey has been pre-seasoned with grapeseed oil. Now, let's talk about some of the differences between the two skillets, because right off the bat, you're going to notice a difference in weight when you lift these two skillets up. The Lodge skillet clocks in at 6.3 pounds, while the Smithey goes 7.8. So you're talking about a difference in 1.5 pounds. And when you're going from stovetop to, let's say, oven, you're going to notice that difference. Or if you have to pick up the skillet with one hand, 1.5 pounds is a sizable difference. The other thing that you're going to notice between these two skillets immediately is the price. The Lodge comes in at $50, while the Smithey goes for $200. Now, that's a huge price difference. The Smithey Ironware skillet is a beautiful skillet. It's got this machine polished copper colored finish. If you turn it over, it's got this great quail engraving made in Charleston, South Carolina. If I was going to hang a skillet on the wall and not use it, this would be my go-to skillet. But with all cast iron, I like to put it to use and find out if it's going to hold up. Before we decide which skillet we like best, we're going to put them on the stovetop and see how they function. The bacon and sausage did great on our first cook. Now we're going to add the hash browns. We've left the bacon and the sausage grease in there. You like your hash browns crunchy or al dente? We're going to get a piece of country ham in there now and see how it cooks. One of the great things about this 12-inch skillet is you can fit a lot of food in it. You can do 10 pieces of bacon. You can do a huge piece of country ham. You can do, you know, a dozen eggs in this thing. Oh man, my eggs are coming out just perfect. All right, short stack coming up. We just got done cooking 2 outsider-sized breakfasts on these skillets. Now let's talk about them in terms of usability, aesthetics, and price. Now usability. Both of these skillets cooked remarkably well, especially on first-time use. You saw them. Very little sticking on either skillet. Both of them came pre-seasoned. Then when we got the eggs, pancakes, and the ham in there, really little stickage on either skillet. What I do love about this Lodge is the curved handle, the flared sides, and the lighter weight. Now conversely, the Smithey has standard sides. So you could tell when I was working the hash browns that it was more convenient for me to push them up against the side. And if I was, let's say, grilling a steak in here, I could really get my steak edges up against this pan. For pure usability, I'm going with the Lodge, and it's really because of this handle and the weight. Now aesthetically, the Lodge is a very good looking skillet, but when you put it next to the Smithey is like a work of art. If I was going to hang something on my wall and not use it for cooking, it would be the Smithey. It's gorgeous. It has the quail engraved. It's got the beautiful copper machined finish. It's just a gorgeous skillet. So aesthetically, I'm leaning towards the Smithey. Now let's talk about price. The Lodge costs $50, the Smithey costs $200. If you put these skillets next to each other and told me they were the same price, I'd probably lean towards the Smithey because it's just such a beautiful skillet and they both cook very similarly. But I just cannot get over the price point. When you talk about this Lodge and it being a quarter of the price of the Smithey and they basically cook exactly the same, I lean towards the Lodge. Based on usability, aesthetics, and price, Outsider's going with the Lodge 12-inch chef's skillet. Now, if you have an unlimited budget or you're just hanging a skillet on the wall as a piece of art, you can't go wrong with this Smithey. All right, Outsiders, that's it from the test kitchen today. Hope you enjoyed this review. Like, comment. If you want to be notified, hit subscribe. We've got more of these coming your way soon. Thanks, guys.